Nasaan ko ba?
Isda. This feeling so strong all the time. Ha? Hello, color. Sagun saray color. Colorful.
Ganyan ka ba? Hindi sa puso.
Ay, wala sa usbod. Ang sang lagsiun. Hola. Hola, Pronobes.
Hola, niña.
Hola, Pronobes. Pubuhon sa kunig. Wala naman tayo meeting rin, no? Okay.
Ka 12.
12. Ay, una po di 12 di eh. Kung sa day ng 12 gani? Murag CSS na to?
Dili man ka ng kamay na nga mga update.
Ah. Masig mag-mission vision na sad na siya.
Mag-shout out dun.
Shout out.
Dito kuan. Yung mga kuan ba? Bando na ganang recruit. Nahuman ang tanan sa atong Pasig sad, no?
Human ako sa passing.
Yung mag-ano na ako,
Natoy kuan. Natoy kanang 28 o 29. Pero wala lang ako gi-update ang 28. Kay ang 27 gani kay gamay ra kay changes. Ang uban walay changes pod.
sige lang, so ibutan na ako niya ang kuan ang passing pila ang feeling ani kay naman ko na update naman nila kung kuan first 2 weeks ni saka tong ang feeling nga content banday ko natay duha nga ni feeling from the passing ano
Naa.
last
Katong kuan.
update.
Ang Weston man siguro to. Katong
Oo, murag
1/1 ra.
oo, so bali 10 ang atong feeling and then 5 atong passing. So ang atong passing for after sa 2 weeks.
Pero kana jung sa 2 weeks ba ngano jung mag-change ang number. Awa. Napuna na sa gusa. Nibalik na po ng isa.
May mga kanang ipang-on na kanang mga kinta na dala past due. Kaning past due dapat wala na siya. Dapat past
Mao siguro. Ang red
Post ng
carpets. May color.
And then ang failing nga to after 2 weeks.
May mo siya. May nahagbong sa pag-update na ko ganina. May nahagbong isa.
After 2 weeks failing. Isa na lang nabilang. Alas update ako ngayon.
We gotta hold on. Baby, hold on.
Yes, 89 ang isa 88 so
Nga gahapon kay kuan naman na
88
88 man na duha.
so na isang hagbong kaning isa na add sa kuan kaning post due to availability
Okay. So
Under body.
dapat wala na siya labot.
Akong i-check sa kuan na i-cross-check na ako sa unsa ni update natin sa iyang build status if ni active na ba ni siya or off lagi hapon. Off.
Ha?
Pause lagi hapon siya due to
So wa siya update.
Okay, nakapost man yung ad so
Wala siya labot.
bali
Ay labot.
7 to ang atong passing and then 89 atong failing. So ni match na siya sa atong count hapon.
Ang atong kuan ba? All view mo kung gigamit. All view. So, ang atong tawaganan na lang removing the bundle is 81 pero naman tayo mga DNC
Ganyan, ato ang number of curves na nakontak.
Nine. Kaya ang Martinez, di naman ipatawagan, di ba? 9.
Pasuway, bukang kuhan ka na.
Say what now?
Anang payday na tumong sa weekend. Like, kung sa usually nga, tapuan na. Like, maogi na siya, at lagi na siya isulot or
Dili. Kanang kuan. The following day nga kuan. Business
sa weekend.
business day.
Hindi, late ka dahil. Nakubi ang value sa buwan. 57.
57, oh my God!
Gahapon, nag-post si Luella ba?
Luella.
Luella may ko kay naka-alam na siya, hourly na siya sa yung work karon. So, happy kayo siya kay value sa
Nag-VA na siya? Oh, nice. Be, i-check daw na to, be. Mantag maabtan pa ni weekend.
So, bali Monday pa di ka mataganan niya.
Oh, ano?
Tuesday nga ba? Nangar sa disiko na nag-Josan.
Kay di man na siya mag-advance. Wa ko nakasuway nga nag-advance na siya. Ambot lang ka si Kuan. Si Josh kung nakasuway siya.
Sige po.
56 naman lang.
Di-drop na?
Oo, 56.60. So magatang-atang
57.
taan ni kano sa amo taas ang dollar.
Hapon.
$57 gahapon wa ko naka-check. Pero ang nakanindot ni Mike kay kuan jud kanang ang iyahang value nga ihatag ba kay almost the same murag cents lang jud ang kuan ligas, di ba? Or sa kuan na, sa wise na.
So, wise ko rin na.
Murag sa wise, no? Na
I-charge mo.
almost same.
O, mo na ang sa wise ka nang mo na kung mayroon sila charge na.
Murag,
Service charge.
murag ang wise man sad siguro ang pinakataas og exchange rate. Kaya ang uban mubo man ang kanang ang PayPal mubo man. Let me change it. Okay. Yan. There are bubbles.
Si Babos.
May bubbles akong face. The oiliness and the bubbliness. Si pangutanan ni ron si Miguel o Kuan. So pila naman lang ang wa ninyo natawagan. Natawagan na jud na tanan. Pila na lang ang wala ni join ani din.
Hindi akong i-filter nga pila na mao din akong pila nakabok at kung na nakontak na club bali na nai-attendance ba. Pero maikog ko kanang kusugay sila mo di man sila bali sila maikog pero kita maikog ta mo askin ako
Gani.
kanang sa coaching sa kung digid nila ma-perfect ang ilang attendance kaya pero gusto sila mo effort ganito to ask everyone to like put the details banday ka na without na sila ganito lang kanang
Dapat complete name na ang ibutang kay para mabutaan niya ang name o ang location kay para matrack yung klaro ang attendance.
mo gani sumahog na kanang ang akong ginhuna gani karon kay mo na pa mga attendance na wala na track properly kay or natay mga wala na update because mauna ka ng incomplete lang detail gusto sila mo effort to really get the info ba ya kana pag ilang ikmo lang copy paste sila gani niya butang ang name na wala location kana sila nga wala sila nga kuan enough na nga info gani para sa tuwan yung effort na pangita ako gani Kung wala yung location, ako pang i-try, search ang name, basig na ka na name kaya naasa ka na contact, kung
Oo, sa
contact person
contact.
gani. So, usahay biya, di na gani, di mauna ang naka-register, so, di gina ko siya ma-add sa attendance tracker.
Kani si G-Fit naka-join na ni. So dapat na ni siya show. O na nanay 1 PM pero wala ning kuan sa total show. Wala naka-formula.
Wala lang ako, formula siya itong ibalik ang code. Akong i-anak formula talaga.
Ah, nabutangan ako. So,
Basig na ay ano, napay mga wala na ano ko.
mag-review ta og kuan na, mag-review ta og kanang mo naman lang gini silang wala ka show kaysa na mag-review ko og attendance. Asa to ma-access ang attendance ni Josh?
Ay, ganito.
Si
May saka na. Sa dito. Ang naka-joke sa atong kuan attendance, sa atong coaching time. Sabi ko, ang kana lang zero ang i-review kay Bugan si Bundok ko.
ang zero akong akong gipang familiarize sa mga names sa club ba.
72 clubs. Ang nanay ko coaching attendance.
Ang wala ang zero pa kay kuan kanang 35. Pero ang DNC anak kay 1, 2, 3 red seat DFSB kanya na gyud si Ronnie nga there's no use of kanang attending kuno the session kay kanang dito yung ingon ay
Di gapon sila makatol. Wait lang. Crowded.
wajud sila kuhan wajud sila halin-halin kay Bugan. I don't know kay babasik tungod aning kuan kanang mo quit na sila. Pero bisan pag mo quit na sila oy kay ilaha man gihapon ng kuan business man gihapon na nila. Kaning Melbourne tan-aw kaning Melbourne do. Ang akong panan-awon kaning na mga ning commit sila ba nga will join ana Ashland VA. Kataga sa ani ilahang attendance ra ba eh? Paras ani Cole Conic unsa man siya nga kuan? Unsa man siya nga location? Wa man siya location gibutang. Fluid, Brandon, Oxford.
Or sa
Oxford. Farmington. So out of 35 natay 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 3, 10. 10 ka buok ang dili na tawagan. So, 25 na lang ang ato ang ikuan. Chasing cars. So, 25. So, 25. So, what's ito natin? So, 35 as of 9, 29, 35 ang no coaching. Tapos, 10 ang the no contact. So, kaning 25, let's validate if wala pa jud na sila ning join. Hala, ang Stevens Point, di ba karon to siya mo join? Friday? Hindi mo join na siya. Fluid, Aquila. Ibugan pila ato ang gym sa Ocala.
Sara.
Usara ni ang Ocala. So mo siguro wala na si Ocala dire. Di ba mao nito yung katong gitawagan nato nga naglisod patag kuha sa ilang number?
Correct.
Si Ocala, Carthage, Aurora, Jackson. Balik-balik naman yung uban. Kani Marlon Buckhead. Unya, unsa man siya nga location? Waynesburg. Ano na siya sa Waynesburg?
$98. So, bali.
Si Waynesburg. Si Capital Fitness Erin. May kog link ni Josh Atoy ng kuan ni. Ay, Discord eh. Fremont, Carthage, G Solution, Fluid, Weston, Hickson, Mitchell Spring, Kaman pud ni kuha niya ang attendance ay walay ka ng total count ba?
Ano naman? So,
Oh. Kung kapila na ni kuan ba, kapila na ni join ang club ba. Pwede man siguro ni butangan og kuan. Tanod formula. Victoria. List here. Overcome image. Farmington or instruction. Pearl Arlington. Billings. London detention colony. College Station, Estate 9, Silver Farmington, Fitness 101, Florence, Flow, Phonetics, sa si Nickel City, nana, naiwan sa iya ha.
dati na, siguro na sa to.
Nickel City. Elevated at mas summit ako mata ganina. Nickel City. Nasa na po ako? Nakaumaha. November. Camera off. Jackson din na si Kuan Christian. Si Christian. Ito sila kaya ha.
Fakto ba ni kayo bukan ang ako lang i-kuan ba i-breakdown dito sa proper para lang in case dali ra makitanda ni lahat ay failing abandon group abandon clubs 20 para minus gani and then atong do not call clubs at atong gi-advised by Chad kay mao ni bullying group CrossFit TFS dislodge Olympiad sa nag-scheme Pasora it's more with Cove and Martinez mo ni last nag-update na
Kuan. Kanang Louis Center. Si Louis Center ayaw na niya. Katong nga na siya ba, remove us from your kuan. From this email list. Akong gi-appeal si kuan. Si Inday Gabriela. Ay nag-email jud ni siya.
sige Sige, kasama ang Lewis Center, remove. Failing ano?
Failing, oh.
Mao na si Gabriela. Okay, ako nang i-apply sa listahan. And failing nga siya, so bali, dati ay total of 11 na additional na ikabili pa pa. So,
Wala na akong gi-appeal ang fault ko kay canceled naman na sila. Ay, di ba, may ano na. Wala na sila ilabot.
wala ka na i-apply sa account, no?
Oh, wala na lang
Okay.
ako gi-appeal. So, 10 ra sila.
Look ng fruit ko. Dapat ka isa, temporary. Passing ng temporary. O, bali 10.
Pero murag naka-join man siguro na ang fruit ko. Kaya ako siyang gi-filter sa kung ano. Ama siya nadala sa kaning zero show ba?
I think ang Aurora, naka-join na. Tanawan daw.
Aurora.
Or sakto siguro ka.
Wala.
Aurora, wala.
Wala na sa siya diri sa list.
Cancel naman. So, wala natin na si Aurora. So,
Si Aurora kay kuan man na. Passing pa man siguro si Aurora. Or naka-join na.
maybe naka-join na.
Kaya wala naman siya diri. Ang naara sa katong zero count jud kay katurang 10 kabuok. Nya. 35 man niya kung na-filter sa kuan. Na-filter sa unsa ni? Kanang no shows ba? Aw 36 na sa lagi siya. Ano siya?
Sige siya kapit at dito.
Oo. 35 naman lang ito ganina. Ito ganing blank. Fun. Ang Fandulak ug ang Team Fit Studios kay wala ko ano.
Pwede mo. So, ang atong total, 89, 87, ang naka-join na i-review. Ang center na, apila rin nila sa field 2, sa 54 points.
Muna 37 ay si Amelia ni gawas og balik si Amelia nga kuan. Naka-highlight na siya. Ay nalagi ni kuan court right. Ni gawas si court right.
Asa ka nga yun ang talaro?
All view. Katong ginagamit na to pang kuan, pang unsa ni? Call. Dapat wala ni si court right. Oh, 36 did siya. Ay, si mo di ay kay si Santri kay ni appeal sa kuan. Filter. 55 man unta siya. Pagwaon. Man na 35 na.
O sila na si Santri.
Passing. Passing siya na appeal siya sa filter. So, dara 35 na.
35
Ang total nga zero count.
0 sa show.
Oh, zero show.
Wala labot bando na nakatugin ang mga legit na
Oo.
calling.
Oo. Gi-remove na ang bandon unya. Kanang 35 included
Ang pito.
ang 10 included diha ang 10 na katong DNC. So mo to ni anak ko 25 na lang jud ang legit nga wa pa naka-join.
Okay, so ako ibutang gari nga failing clubs that attended the group coaching, ang failing clubs that have not attended the group coaching kay 25 na lang.
Oo.
Ako na lang in-note gari.
Unya ang kanang 25 kay
20 bandon clubs.
ang kanang 25 kay o sa i-validate ha. Kaning Fitness Amelia ba? Naka-post ni siya kay nakakuan man. Naka-highlight man ang iyang kuan. Kasi naka-campaign off ni siya.
So may ka nang nakatag na.
Basta ako sa i-validate kung natawagan na batan ay o natawagan na jud siya tanan ang kuan. Failed invoice. Ay okay ra ni siya.
Okay ra na kay murag makaya pa man ani magkuan. Ay na lang paningdon.
Sige, so 35 jud siya. So ang katong 20 ay ang 35 yun is natawagan na gud siya. So all of them were contacted na jud.
41. Dati 41 na 41 sa 41 ang naka-join na sa group coaching. So, total clubs that attended group coaching sa group coaching. Failing clubs that attended the group coaching. Pila man. 41. So, bali, ang atong failing clubs ani is pan lang duha nga ni bago ra ni pero wala pa natawagan na.
Natawagan na.
Natawagan na gapon na po sila.
Kay tanan nga na adere kay na may count. Nanay call count.
Yun sila man natawagan sa kanila. So, kapasal sila.
Di, kuha na siya. Kanang pabalik-balik na ba? Ni Hagbong, niya day ni Pasar. O, tanan na gyud. Tanan nga pila ni sila kabuot. all 79 clubs nga nahagbong is natawagan tanan.
Kailan ka na?
Oh. Wala putang bandon. Natawagan na sila tanan. Ang atuwaan ni is filter na lang siguro na to ang tag-isa pa ka call count. Ang one call count na walay show kay 11 kabuok, pero ang DNC 1, 2, 3, 4. So 7 na lang kabuok ang tag-isa pa'y kuan tawag. Wala pa na tawagan balik.
So kay Bugan, nakakita mo sa kong share na.
Asa man? Wala.
Screen.
Dara.
Muna ka total feeling clubs ni kanisyo bali kaning 10 og 89 ya kaning excluded ako na lang gitang direct abandon clubs ang do not call clubs na 10 and then ang total ana is 30, so bali ang kanang 99 minus na natin mag 30 mahul na siya o kala 69 and then total clubs, total feeling clubs na ni-join na ay 41. So, bali, ang atong pass rate, ang atong percentage ani kay
41 over 69. Hello, madlang people, mabuhay.
datay 59.42% percentage.
Nga, kuan, i-join. Laban.
Ano? So, ano na, yung data kay Google.
Ang kuanan na, ang tawagan ni, ang kato i-add to ang kuan, ang wala pa naka-join kay 25 na lang.
Clubs, di have not joined. Na,
25. Di ba na end ang meeting? Hello? What's emotion? What's that? What do you mean by emotion? La 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 oh, la 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 la.
Recording in progress. Didn't officially leave me yet, so.
Oh man.
I'm just falling apart over here. No big.
Well, isn't Chad sick?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Chad's
he's got like a cold.
He gave me a Zoom call, dude.
Yeah.
I swear I had the same thing that you had, dude. For me, that's out before 8 o'clock.
Chad, you're not in clubs with him anymore, bumping shoulders. That excuse doesn't work.
Maybe we hang out on the side. Little do you guys know.
Oh.
This is true. This is true. You're not that far away.
Actually, just live in Chad's basement.
Nice.
Well, sweet. Well, let's dive into it, guys. I got a couple of things that I wanted to just go over real quick with you all that I think we need to get some clarity on. I think it's great too that we have Jason out there too, so we can talk about how this affects some things. But the first thing is just about when we get a new customer into what we're, obviously the done for you stuff. As you guys know, there's just ways that we can really make them money quick that we're not doing. That's very low hanging fruit. And when people buy something, right, they want to get that desired result as fast and easy as possible. So I know there's ways that we can do that besides what we're already doing now that can just give them quick wins. And a part of that, with what we've talked about too, with the Done With You program, is when someone does come in, right, that's going to be kind of their first play. So whether that's going to be a reactivation, whether that's a referral push, really wherever that gym owner's at, if they have a list, great, we can do that. If they don't, then we're going to have to route. But just kind of getting crystal clear on what that's going to look like so that we're all on the same page. We know, okay, what's the play, what we're going to offer there at the first, and then go from there. And I think we all have ideas, right? But we just kind of get it on paper, so there's alignment. And the biggest thing too is so JP knows on his end, right, what he's going to be selling to the people that are coming in. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Sweet. So we got the reactivation down. We got we already have that down. The only thing that I have a question for you guys on is like, let's say someone doesn't have 500 members, right? Where we can do a reactivation list and this personal training internal push. What's the next lowest hanging fruit? I mean, would it just be to go to the members right then and there, give referrals, like the video I sent you guys with Ladder, like just incentivize them to give us referrals, right? If they get this thing that they want, and then gain those referrals in the door, and then just sell those people right into the 6-week program, making it pretty straightforward and easy. I mean, that's the play? Is there anything else that's more difficult or confusing about it than that?
No, I think you could couple a renewal push with that pretty easily, but it's more about what are you going to use as a carrot to get people to give you names. It's just more about that interaction. For those people, how can we maximize that time with that person? So if it's getting them to renew, they give you referrals, they get entered into the drawing, kind of solidifying your base as you start to build. And it kind of creates that normal interaction. But yes, to your point, and what in that video they were doing is they were actively on the floor talking to people. I think that's going to be the big piece that we got to get across to them.
Okay. Yeah.
Other thoughts, plays?
Yeah, that's what I was talking about too, Michael, is like we got to get them out there and basically talking to these people. So like owner operators, that's simple because they have a little bit more skin in the game. When it comes to like these managers, that's what you got to like distill in their mind is you got to go out there. So we give them, let's say for a homework assignment of getting referrals, like maybe as we're talking to follow up daily on these guys, like where you're at type of thing. So it's almost like that accountability factor already, and it gets us set up for the challenge anyway, so it's only going to help us.
Yeah.
So maybe something like that. Zach, I'm going to pick on you a little bit with this because I know at that Dodgeville club you were running from A to Z. Is there anything that you did right away for the referral game that really upped that game?
Yeah, honestly, it was just introducing myself. It was literally working the floor because I didn't know anybody really. So that was the biggest part, and then just giving people a good experience with us taking over, in the sense of like we made a few changes, but overall it's like, hey, here's what you can expect from us, and I got really good feedback from it, and then just kind of built some relationships from there, and said like, hey, like send people my way if you really enjoy this place that much. It was more of an organic conversation at that point.
Cool. That is that's pretty straightforward and simple.
And
Now, go ahead.
I was going to say, and to be honest, like even if they don't have like 500 or 600 members, even if they only have like 300 or 400, we can still do an internal PTPOS push. Because like there's still going to be a portion of that member base that is eligible for it, especially if it's not something that they've really done before in that club. So even with like a lower club size, it's a very reasonable thing to do because it's going to be an even bigger return on your investment, then, so to speak.
Yeah. What if they have like 50 members though?
I think it depends if you offered training before or not. Like if you actively have training, you could still target those members because you're not going to have everybody. If you're like a normal facility that offers it outside, a studio or a training center facility, that's a little different conversation. That's the only way I would see it segmented in my brain.
Okay. Okay, well, that makes sense. So yeah, Brad, we can kind of talk more about that after this, like what that looks like, and I think we're all on the same page. So just coming up with an easy referral push, and then yeah, like you're saying too, and then I would assume the lead gen or the lead nurture process is straightforward. You just either text that person or call them to book a time to come in, and then you just take them through the 9-step sales process and pitch them the 6-week program.
Yeah,
We're
that's
down
where
selling
my
a
mind.
membership. Maybe?
I have a question, like, and I don't know what this would look like, but what if we took that nurturing process off their hands, they load the information in and we call? Because there's one piece of getting people there, like getting names, but then that other piece that a lot of people struggle with that they like us for is that they don't have to contact them. Because it's always easier to book an appointment for somebody else.
For sure. Yeah, that could be something we could for sure think
Down the
about.
road, but otherwise,
That's a good
as I'm
thought.
doing the step-by-step, I'll include like the call conversation.
But the valid point, Brad, because we all can get referrals, but then the managers actually pick up the phone and call them, because most of the time that's why we're hired, is because the managers don't do shit. They sit on their ass, and that's the accountability factor, is that aspect. So I'm not saying it can't happen, because my guess is someone that gets out there and gets a lot of referrals is not afraid to talk to people and pick up the phone, so we'd probably be in a good spot, but I'm actually glad you brought that up, because I didn't even think about that. So that was a huge issue with the gun lock group, is like, nobody was picking up the phone. They're like, yeah, we're making all these points of contact. I'm like, no, you're not, because I just called the person and they answered. So clearly you're not calling them technically,
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, that could be something unique that we do. Yeah, we call them. We determine what the lowest hanging fruit is, and if it's this, we call them for you. Yeah, we'll do it better than you could or your team could, and you get that time back. So you can
The only part that you might lose is a little bit of the customization of a manager saying, I'm calling on behalf of so-and-so. But if it's through the text and we can have that added in with a little flexibility, I know we can adjust campaigns. It's like we just have to input a name somehow.
Perfect. Yeah, well, that's a good thought. I think we can, once we come to that problem, we can diagnose that. But it's okay, cool. So lead gen, lowest hanging fruit, like referrals is going to be our best bet. And then referral member push, right? We've got to process. What'd you say?
And their pender push. But that's kind of already built in, but we were talking about charging more for that too.
The reactivation, yeah. So the reactivation, that kind of that pender push, and member push if they have a member list, and then obviously the ad side, which we can ramp up for them. Any other, and then then Chad was also talking about this too, and Brad, we talked about this as well. But I think it's important to not only teaching that 9-step sales process, but also have the paid full option, and then teaching them how to do that paid full, and then PT point of sale and fan referrals, right? All just making sure they understand too when they do get that person through the door, like make sure you do offer them a paid full, right? You're asking for those names just like you did with member. All that stuff that it all kind of intertwines, But I'm just really thinking about the lead gen side right now.
You can add lead boxes in there. That's something that you and I were talking about too. It's the community involvement, free. You advertise with me, I get to put this here for exposure type stuff. We see 50 to 250 people a day. Just getting your name out there. They're little billboards.
Dude,
and if you collect, like some place, you'll collect 20 names in 2 weeks. You just can't let it sit there and be stale. So we have to give them kind of parameters.
The only problem with that is I love the idea because lead boxes, I'm a firm believer, they kick ass, especially in some places where they have never put any out, but they have to put money out front to get a lead box. That's my only worry is like,
how much? Is it a lot? Or?
They're not much, they're like $20 a piece, but the fact is they got to order them and then they got to get it shipped to them. So it's like a week and a half before they even start getting it. So for us, it's like we want to get instant cash for them or instant leads. That's my only issue with that. It's like, it's going to be around the same time when we start. And it's going to benefit them, but maybe I talk to some of these owner-operators, like, get your feet on the ground, get your feet on the pavement, and actually start talking to these businesses, because that's where stuff happens. You got to talk to these other businesses out there, especially these, family-owned, operated places. They want to scratch your back, so scratch theirs a little bit. You can get gift cards off. Right? Yeah, because you can get, like, for example, when I would do a lot of my stuff, I would never give away, like, monetary stuff to my members, for example, referral pushes. What you can do is, let's say I can go across the street to a stop place, and I'm like, hey, we're going to be doing X, Y, and Z to be giving out to our employees, or to be giving out to our prospects and clients. Would you be willing to donate a gift card? All of them say yes, every single one of them. So then instead of having a t-shirt to hand out for referrals, you can hand out two $50 gift cards and a bottle of wine.
That's interesting you say that, because the guy I spoke to yesterday, that's what he has down, Chad.
Yes.
So he has direct mailers with QR codes, but he also has these gift cards that look cool. And he has a stand where he gets them made cheap. He has a manufacturing plant in China. And he does this for a ton of Anytime Fitnesses in Australia. And that's what he was talking about. He was showing it to me. These free gift cards, a free training session, a 7-day pass. And he was like, just because you have the card, it looks cool, and then you get tons of referrals.
Mm-hmm. So that's so low-hanging fruit.
Everybody loves that tangible grab. I know everything's virtual nowadays, but still, it's why like the nutritional booklet works. Clients love those things. It's something in hand. So like when we do a gift card, for example, and it's just a lever to get somebody to sign up, Patterson is always a firm believer, put this freaking thing in their hand. And they do. They'll crinkle it up, put it in their pocket, and then all of a sudden they'll look at it later and come back. And it just works. It fully works. So,
Cool. Well, that's sweet. That's just, you're saying cards, Chad? I missed the first part of that.
no, there's two different ways you can do it. So for example, how we talked about getting referrals and giving away a t-shirt like Ruff
Yeah.
did. Well, cool, you can give a t-shirt away, but even better is you have gift cards to businesses around the area too. And we don't have to buy the gift cards, the business doesn't have to buy them. These are small businesses that are willing to give away stuff because it's going to get people into their doors. They're going to purchase more than what that gift card is anyways. All these places do it. I remember the one I did in Baraboo, I got over $500 in gift cards from the community. I mean, that's ridiculous. And I'm not good at what I do. Get somebody else out there that goes more door to door, like, imagine the money you could get, and then you can raffle that stuff off and get referrals.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was about 3 years that's all we did is do like get fit packs, starter packs, all through donations or like your welcoming gift. So you can either just do one big drawing or hey, if you get a bunch, you have a lot of, you've got some that's good, you can spread that out. You're obviously going to get more people, so that's a lot bigger chance of getting this now. Nice thing about t-shirts is free advertising. People walk around. That's what owners like about that.
Yeah, and what JP was saying too is like, it's pretty simple to make. You can make some generic looking ones too on cardstock and laminate it, but having a $50 gift card for Anytime Fitness, and then you can hand those out to the community too, because that's what people do. They'll bring it in, especially the smaller communities. They're like, I got this $50 gift card, I'm looking to get it. And I'm like, absolutely. And you acknowledge it, you take them through the exact same process you do, and guess
They
what?
join.
And that's what I was thinking. Yeah, like gift cards to the own facility. I was thinking about this last night, like for the 6-week challenge specifically. It's like, if on the front end at least, right? What if we tried to like advertise free personal training sessions, and then what we did was when they came in, all we did was we take the price down from 600 to 500, right? Because they would essentially get a week off the 6-week challenge, and they would get free sessions, but also they would get a free week of custom nutrition and accountability, and we would just be decreasing the price by $100 the 6-week challenge. Or we just say it's normally $700, but since you're getting these free sessions, it's $600. Just to potentially change the front end, for some of these clients, we could get some more pull in if it works. But I was just thinking about that last night.
Worth a test.
Yeah, it would be worth the test.
You just have to prepare those people, like on membership, people can always just control that conversation because it's low ticket. It's more about just gaining clarity early on, and it's going to be, hey, we want to make sure you're good fit. Like that whole conversation should all stay the same, but they're going to have confidence to say like, hey, I know that this was your offer when you came in, but we should really look here.
Yeah.
Anybody that we test with, though, I'm sure is more than capable and competent of that conversation.
Well, it could be like it's not like a different offer because it's 3 personal training sessions for free, which they would get, right? But if they sign today, then they would get those 3 free with the challenge at a discount.
Just an extra discount.
Yeah, with the challenge. I would just have to think a little bit more about that. But cool. I think that covers the topics that we were talking about. And real quick, so just so we all know as well, like Chad, for you on the onboarding, this is going to be really more with the done with you play that we're talking about right now. So we don't need to change anything for the done for you as far as what we talked about. But we, if this does work, we can definitely talk about it. If it makes sense to do it, we can. But we got to just make sure that we have the offer and packaging right on the sales side before we just rip the Band-Aid off. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it just adds another layer on the other side that we're starting to build out. Which is
So we got some good feedback from this company yesterday, and they kind of mapped out a roadmap for us as far as how we're going to build this out. So that's what I'm talking about right now. So this is really just for the done with you portion, and then I mean, if it makes, we can talk about.
But even if we get people for the other stuff doing like a reactivation at the start,
That's what we're gonna do. Yeah. We're
yeah,
gonna do that.
okay. I was gonna
But I
say,
mean,
yeah.
it also makes sense too. Like, if we do, and we can talk more about this, but like, I mean, if we do get anybody, it's like anybody would benefit from this information that we're gonna teach the done with you people at the start. It's like we should probably, I mean, down the line, just do it for them. If that's the first interaction they have with us, and maybe bump up the setup fee on the calendar because we're just giving them more value. Like we were kind of talking about it a little bit briefly, but I don't want to rock the boat with what you're doing.
No, I think that could be something for sure. We can show them how they'll make money quick and we can do something for them. I think that's great. And I think Ryan's going to try this guy out that has the company, the print media company. So maybe he makes some great stuff, and for Anytime Fitnesses, we can make that an easy thing. Have a good partnership there, and he's worked with over 400 AFs in Australia, so he like knows all the big owners. So if we can help him, I think he'll probably help us.
Sweet. Sounds good. That was all I had. Just wanted to get your all's thoughts on that. I think we got a good roadmap for that. And Brad, we can go over that a little bit more after this or at 1:30.
Yeah, I want to make sure that I have everything just kind of listed out properly so it goes smooth.
Okay. Sweet. Well, Brad, Dean, do you want to go over what next week's looking like? I know we have kind of an idea, but
Yeah. So we got hit kind of hard with some pauses and things. Quite a few had to push off launches as well, so we are down. We're sitting at 173 active. The ones that we are launching and have already confirmed: Body by Wally, Dixon, Ernesto's 2 clubs, Austin North, Flowwood, Palm Bay, Tarzana. Some of them that got pushed back, so we had to push Wolf Fitness, both membership and challenge. They had some stuff come up, so that's now pushed to the 15th. CrossFit Salem got pushed to the 8th. 5 Mile is going to be a couple weeks. But you did hear back from her, right, Chad? Tracy?
Yes, sir.
Pharrell's, that's onboarding next week. Anchorage, looking at the following Sunday, the 8th. Harley's 2, looking at the 8th. Martinez is the 8th. Wilker's new club is the 8th. Art got pushed back to the 8th. Veronica and Amy both got pushed back to the 8th. William Middleton got pushed back to the 8th. Katie with Farmington got pushed back to the 8th. Josh Bailey's 2 other Illinois clubs are starting on the 8th. Laughlin's 2, I know that one's up in the air right now. Journey got pushed back to the 8th.
Oh, how many is that?
Why? Let's see, the 8th, there's 8th right now we have.
We got all fandoms on the 8th. 8th is going to be a massive. I know we're going to get a lot going, but I typically take fandoms group out of there because I know.
Yeah.
Like you said, we're getting a lot going, but I usually exclude them. And it's
Is Bandon 8th or 15th?
8th.
8th.
Huge. Great work on it, guys. That's some
More there. So the 8th, we should be sitting around probably 50 to 60. Probably around 50, more around 50. We're getting one of Matt started next week, and the other 5 we're starting on the 15th. And then Chad Ederson, we were supposed to have that call. He ghosted me. I've called and texted him. I'm about to send him another text saying that about the cancellation fee. Mariah, I haven't been able to, she's ghosted us. Kai was a pregnancy issue, so that's up in the air. Lawrence has basically ghosted us. We didn't start him because same thing would happen. April just would not hop on calls. And then Santino, so I did get a hold of him. He said he was crunching numbers and stuff, and he said he's trying to get the rate down to 69. So spoke with Chad. I was thinking if he does a 2-year agreement, runs all 3 nonstop, maybe we give him like 2 or 3 months of the year that he can pause, he can do the 69 rate. What are your all's thoughts?
What's he paying right now? What's he been paying? 79?
99.
Oh, fuck. I mean, I would say 500 retainer, 49.99. Because he's a bitch about fucking with the leagues. So if we can get a retainer or something and drop it, I mean, we're going to make less, he's going to make more, and we're going to get some guaranteed money. I think that could be a move for a long-term agreement.
Okay. So
And maybe
2
he'll
year.
not fuck with them as much because it's only $50.
Well, I'll follow back up with him on that. So pauses, we have, 6 of Jerry Pugh's clubs, all of his, we had to put on pause. Chad, do you have an idea or timeline with that?
He has ghosted me this week. I don't want to piss him off too much. Obviously, I want to keep it on the radar, but I'll follow back up with him next week. I think the in that I'm going to use to try to get in contact with him is just be like, hey, you got everything paused, good to go. We'll put a meet up after that, because they'll have an answer to that. So I don't know why he's being so passive with it. I don't know if it's Jerry was on his ass, I'm not quite sure, but I just need to get him on a call.
Got it. So we had that. 3 of Luke Andrews' pause, calisthenics, which was availability, Morro Bay, one of Grant's. I did speak with him. I planted a seed to try to get all of his clubs up and ripping the channel. Right now, he doesn't have trainers at like 4 of the 7 clubs, and one of them's not even open. So he only has a PT program in 2 right now. So I'm working on him to get people hired, and get things up and ripping for January.
Are we running all membership for him?
Yep.
What's it, 300 a club?
100 club, yeah. So 2,100 for his 7. We had Physique Me Please, which was an odd one. He, texted you like yesterday, Chad?
Yeah, that was super weird. It's unfortunate, but he's one that's effing with the leads, too. Screwing with the leads.
Well, moving forward, we're not signing up these mom and pops unless they give me $10,000. So we're gonna get 10 grand guaranteed.
They will convince you.
That's what we're gonna be doing, because at this point,
Well, that's what I'm talking about. Is we're trying to have these plays that as soon as we get them in the door that can benefit
They
their
make it
business.
better.
Yeah, Chad. Like we've all talked about this a lot, but yeah. And if they're a good fit, right? We can send them and get it done for you, and they're good on the sales process. They're all the foundation and the systems are in their business, so they can just turn on that. It's not like it's a nightmare to get them going.
I also have 6 that I'm really just trying to get a hold of right now. Hotworks was supposed to be on calls all week for onboarding, and I think they've only been on 1 or 2. She really liked the call because we're changing her to a 21-day program, so that's probably going to be the 8th. Just waiting. I was pretty blunt with her in a message today. I told you today, Jacob, I'm trying to get Erica in front of Chad and myself so we can do the newer onboarding process because they just shit the bed right away. Veronica from San Antonio followed up.
Maybe see with Erica when you hop on with her about like 549.99. So I don't know.
Okay.
That might be something just like, hey, I want to switch you to this. What do you think of that?
She gets really nervous. Like she's an accountant too, so she's like hyper fixated on a lot of that stuff. So perfect.
Well, right.
San Antonio was supposed to be on calls all week, and they weren't. So reached out 3 times. That's a first launch. That got signed up in like the summer. Amy from Henderson Anytime Fitness, I met with her and her manager 2 weeks ago. They missed a call, and then I've reached out about 4 times, but that should be a pretty easy flip the switch once we have a week with them. Zach Arlington, I will follow up with, I think it's next week to game time for the relaunch. And then do you want to touch base, Jacob, with Candace? Well, I don't know if he's there. I'll connect with him on that. They'll work out anytime. She paused because of vacation and staffing, but I'm wondering if she's back up and ready to go.
Cool. And then just real quick to finish out who the pauses. So Rick 2 clubs, honestly, I'm glad that we finally got rid of him. So,
Actually, try to push him out, so hopefully it'll work this time.
FABC, another odd one. Isn't he just?
Dude, that guy's freaking, he's like Brandon Wilson. That guy's nuts, man. Hockey, you've got him a little bit of right. He's an interesting character, so I don't know. He needs to turn on, though, because he blows off when we turn him on and keep him on. So let's keep pressing him.
Travers was another odd one. What did you say, Brad? He's doing a mentor program?
Yeah, mentor program for 3,000 now, so I'll just stay in touch with them every like month and a half and kind of game plan for planned launches for a while. Because I'm like, you're gonna need the help on the lead generation. I mean, that's why you hired us. Yes, you're gonna have your focus here, but we're here to help you out. So once he gets kind of himself exited from that, I can see him staying away from that or going in a different direction, and then it's gonna be more about keeping his business busy because he wants to expand.
Cool. Well, yeah, that's where we're sitting. Obviously, not ideal. We're at 173, but as of now, it's looking like a big following Sunday, the 8th, with 30 abandons and probably another 20 to 30 clubs outside of that. So by the 8th, there's no reason why we should not be over 200 for sure.
And will we have 60 abandoned going, or is it not going to be 60?
It'll be 60. If anything falls off, it actually came up again today because I've met with him a couple of times, but we had our team call with the upper management, and he kind of drove it home. These clubs that are frozen outside of Wilmer, they're expected to be up and running. So if they're not, I need to know because then he can put a new club in. He knows that it's 60 running.
He wants 60. Yeah.
He wants
Okay,
60.
good.
He wants that to drop to 29.
So will
I
that
think
be
he closed at like 15%.
It's insane. It's insane. It's awesome.
We don't have
Then.
to.
But
It was the way the call ended. We asked for like feedback and advice for the new group coming on board, and one of their newer RVPs really drove home a good like takeaway for everybody on there about positivity because everybody just bitches about what to bitch about. So they are all pushing to get us in their clubs, which is really nice to see.
huge. Will that be more than 30 then? Because haven't we had like 25?
No, we're at
30 right
35.
now.
We're 30 right now, 35
Okay.
signed up.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, hell yeah. Very exciting.
Chad was telling me he thinks the next threshold is 100, right?
I don't know.
There's no other threshold.
I was
there's
just
no
gonna
other-
say, I don't
okay.
think there's any other thresholds.
Perfect. So
No,
that way I
no,
can just
no.
talk about how do we continue to multiply the clubs and more leads coming through. They were talking
Exactly.
about, even when they started out like shit, they were doubling their PT revenue and hitting membership income within the first month and 2 months, like consistently month over month for a bit in some of their markets. And they didn't even close well.
Yeah. So that's it's like even at the 39, but that's great because at the 29 they're going to be. I'm sure they'll be like, let's get 60
Yeah,
more.
let's get
going,
more.
50 more. Yeah.
We'll keep nurturing that. I want more.
Yeah. That's big time.
I want more.
Huge. Great work.
Yeah. And then I heard you ask about Candace. I can reach out to her. You want me to reach out to her and just say, hey, like, you guys ready to get going?
Yeah, I would say so, because right, it was staffing, and then she had vacation, and I just haven't heard from her in about a week, so
Yep.
I don't want to
Yeah,
overdo
something
that.
like that. And then, were you saying someone was in Mastermind?
It's not I don't know if it's Mastermind, but it was Eric Travers. He ran for like the last year with us.
Okay.
He was
He's
like
in a coaching program mastermind, I think. Yeah.
Like,
something
with
like
Andy
that.
Verton?
I don't have the name on that. I can easily get that though.
Okay. Is he an AFO?
No, not
Oh,
at all.
okay. No.
He was owner operator.
He's probably in some other thing.
But when I hear that stuff, I'm like, God damn it, this is what we're building out right now, realistically, for a lot of these people.
Yes, we are. That's going to be our back end.
As much as I want to be like, oh, I can help you, we got to have our ducks in a row before I jump like that and invest that time. Because he's required like minimum 2 meetings for an hour a week. He's got to carve that time out. They're so direct with like, this is when you do this because you're not our only client conversation. So it's kind of cool to hear some of those perspectives of it because we try to flex and leave for so many people a lot of times.
Yeah. Okay, well, I'll hit up Candace and see what
Yeah.
her deal is.
And I had a question. Did you guys ever do, like, I mean, an email campaign or a text campaign, like, to members that's, like,
Yeah, you just can't do it every month.
right, just simple, like, hey, Brad, it's Michael at Anytime Fitness Louisville, like, right now, help you guys potentially save money, running a promotion where if you give us 5 names, you get half off your membership next month or something, like, I don't, just something like that.
Yeah, we've done referral stuff like that where all of a sudden they would come to Becky with because it was always like a survey based off Google Drive for us, and then Becky would phone them out to the clubs and the clubs would call. I mean, that's so easy to do that even if you sign up 5 people, it's worth it.
Yeah. Just a thought. I didn't know if you guys got a lot of traction on that or not.
Some clubs did. Again, it's more about did the manager call people?
Yeah.
Just like leads in the door, your website can get leads in the door, like get leads and names to you, or a lot of these other marketing companies. That's what's unique about us is we get them to your door.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, and it's like, how did those conversations go partially too?
Yeah.
It's, yeah.
I had one other thing real quick. So heard back from Nick Johnson. He's saying the 1,000 per club, is that about it? He's trying to get a discount if we got all 3 up and running again, if we could give some sort of discount. Because, I mean,
he's in British Columbia, right? Yeah, it's like, all these people we're getting are in British Columbia. So if they talk with him, that's like, I mean, fuck him. He hasn't done anything for us.
Yeah.
Joe Caldo's getting us people. He's paying $12.50 a club, right, a month.
Yeah, for a membership band challenge. Yeah.
And he's just wanting to run the challenge. And you told him $1,000.
1,000 per club.
And he's
Yeah,
like,
because he was originally 500. I'm like, man, we cannot do 500. That's like giving away everything, you know?
well, yeah, I think it was because we were doing it to. It was just like a unique. Yeah, and he didn't do it. So.
And I told him that. I said, yeah, the reason why we were able to give you that 500 was because when we spoke with you initially, the plan was to get your second club started up on Allen, which didn't happen. So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if he wanted to sign a long agreement, I mean, if he wants to sign like a 12-month agreement, maybe $750. I mean, that could be justifiable. Like, it's an opportunity, you know, and I don't think that would mess up the situation with any of those other guys. But I don't think we should go any lower than that. If we can get a lot of these clubs in Canada and they're right around $1,000, that'd be nice.
Be perfect. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, what do you think? Should I say 12 months at 750, or try to say, unfortunately, like we're unable to?
I think you should do that. I think, yeah. See what he says about that. What do you guys think?
I think so too. That's what I said. I said 750. I didn't even say commitments. I think we definitely try to do some type of commitment. Otherwise, it's just going to run again. Do the single shift over and over again.
Or
Give and
tell
take, right?
people that
It's so
aren't
cheap,
getting that
dude.
rate and they're screwed. Oh yeah, no,
Well, they're
and
all getting great
they
deals.
make so much money. They make more. Their profit is way more than most of these in the U.S. And they're just fucking. Yeah.
It's like 4 to 1 ratio on how much money they make in comparison to the States. Those
And then they're paying like 2 times less. Yeah, crazy.
Well,
Weird.
it's not going to happen forever. The blow up in Canada.
Yeah. Well, they definitely have the money. I know that guy definitely has the money. Oh, it's not in budget. Yes, it is.
Yeah, he's in Italy for the next 3 weeks. Like,
he doesn't work, dude, ever.
I can't stand these owners that just travel around everywhere. Insane. We'll hit him with that. Let's see if we can do it. And cool. If we can. If we can't, what's he gonna do? Go somewhere else? Shittier? Be my guest.
cool. Well, I will. I'll hit him with that. I'll keep you posted. I think that's all I had on my end.
Jimmy, do you have anything?
No, great work with Bandon. I know I haven't really been on with you guys, and I wasn't last week, so that's huge. That's very exciting, and I'm excited to get some of this new stuff going. Like Michael's, I think, filled you guys in on that. We invested in a pretty expensive program with people that are way more successful than us, way more successful than Andy, that do similar business models. And, you know, the only difference between us and them is they've been doing things a little different. They maybe have some different people, and that's it. So there's no reason we can't do it too. So I'm excited. I'm excited for these changes we're making and all the changes we've made. So we're implementing them. And we're going to see the effects of that, I think, probably in like maybe October, but mainly the new year. And I'm excited to see that. And then get this going simultaneously. It's gonna be fucking awesome. We're gonna make this shit happen.
Yeah, it's going to happen. And I can share a little bit more. We'll just kind of draw this out here. So right now, I don't have my mouse, but we got the done. I've got a fucking laptop. So we got the done for you model, right? Which we've been getting a lot better at. We've improved the onboarding process, improved the coaching, marketing's getting better. Right. Well, what we found, obviously, is some people that we get into the program just aren't a good fit. They don't get started. They don't have the skill set, right? They're just a pain in the butt, you know? And so what this company is telling us is that we need to have a done-with-you model on here that basically shows them, right, how to do what we're doing here, but then add in some more stuff to make them get the result quicker. So like we're talking about referral push, reactivation, stuff like that, to make them money quick. And then hopefully also too in this company process to teach them the foundations and the skills they need, right, to ultimately run this play smooth so that it's a very seamless transition. But that's what I'm talking about with you guys here, is trying to get that offering down as far as what we're going to be offering in the product and the service in these videos. But that's the first part, right? And then once we have them in here, and probably around a 3 to 4 month program, then it will be easy to send them in here, right? And then later on, like we talked about, Brad, like we've talked about with Eric, is having a high level, like a very high level mastermind with coaching.
50K.
That's very high level, that shows them, okay, you know, yeah, we got your business to do it in this, like let's help you scale to 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 plus locations.
And go back Andy is involved in that, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Right. So that's what we're working on right now, and there's a lot of moving parts to it, but this is ultimately what we're cracking at first. And so not only do we have to get the offering down, right, with Brad, that's what we're working on, and Chad, Zach, but we also have to get down, how do we market this, how do we sell this, like it's a whole new process than this. So there's a lot of moving parts, it's exciting, and yeah, we're pumped. We're going to be getting this going probably within 2 weeks and start selling people into it. We'll have to get like a beta, basically get like they recommended us to get a beta batch, you know, put 10 people through it, see what happens, you know, fill the holes like we've been doing with the done for you process, and then redo it again. So super exciting, and a lot more clarity on what we need to do to get to the numbers that we all want to get to for the business. And this is going to obviously, we're going to continue to grow regardless, right? But again, these guys are experts. They know what they're doing, and they're telling us to do this. It's like we're further, you know, it's like Kobe Bryant telling a college player what to do to get the NBA. It's the same idea. So we're pumped, and yeah, definitely. I wanted to fill you guys in on it so you have an idea. But does that make sense? Anything I missed there, JP?
No, this is what's going to actually make it so we can get to like $500,000 a month, $1 million a month, to actually do that. This is what all these businesses do. Most people get stuck at like $300K a month with marketing agencies. That seems to be pretty consistent in all different industries, chiropractor, roofing, dentist. It seems to be pretty consistent with that. But once you have that front end, high-ticket front end with a mastermind and done for you marketing, it's what Gym Launch does. And we have more social proof than the gym launch team. So there's no reason we can't do it. So I'm very excited for that.
Yep.
To finally make this happen. It's
Here-
been something we've wanted to do for a long time, but haven't been able to do because we were never really in control of this stuff. Because we partnered up with other people to handle it. But now we're gonna make it happen.
Exactly. Yeah, and two as well, like, as you guys know, right, our total addressable market is what they're telling us too. For this year is much smaller than what it is for this year, right? So there's a lot more gyms we can work with, which makes it easier to market and sell, to get new customers. And then obviously we're going to be weeding out the people that are worth the crap for this and this in the future. But yeah, super
And
pumped.
only people that are a perfect fit, you know, to do the done for you, where they've got people in position, they've run the challenge, they're like, I just need more people to come through. Like, I've got this. You know, those people, we'll keep going with what we got, but these other ones, we're going to get them on high ticket, help them a lot.
Another thing too is having another thing I didn't mention in the offering is having, you know, having group calls like we're doing for these clients for sales, but having group calls that are maybe, am I right? Having group calls where we have, you know, an ads call, right? We have a, you know, sales call. We have a business strategy call. We have a hiring call. Anything we can think of, right? We have an operational call. We have a tech call, for like the techy stuff with ads and reactivation. Having these group calls weekly too, give them the support they need. That's going to be given in the course, and then keeping them accountable, right? Like we talked about, which is a huge part, making sure that they're successful with this, getting their goals, where they want to be, and then okay, you need to go to this part of the process. Here's this part of the process you need to tackle first. Here's where you are. Here's where you're going to get to. I'm going to keep you accountable to hit this goal. This is what you need to do. Let's take action, right? And then go from there.
Yeah. And with doing anything that we can do to differentiate us from gym owners, like calling the leads for referrals.
That's
They don't
what
do
we're talking
that.
about. Yep.
Yeah, like website lead follow. Just like anything we can do to make it a little bit different, superior, you know, more unique, that's what we gotta do. It can't be just the same fucking thing, you know, but we make it a little bit better, which we totally can, make it a little bit more unique, get them the result quicker, which we know we can. So I'm excited. I'm ready to make this thing happen. Excited to start selling some expensive stuff right out the gate.
What do you guys think? Chad, Brad, Zach, Bradley?
I know. We've talked about it. It's such a cool concept to feed people into that, but also what it's adapting to what we've struggled with last year. It's the people that just aren't prepared. That we think, hey, we can get you up and run up, but 7 days just is not enough time. Hell, some of these people I'm still trying to get launched right now. It's been 6 months of like consistent communication and hey, where are you at in this hiring process? What are you struggling with? Let's get on a call so I can give you clarity and help you set up a payment structure for them that if you build it in and they pay us for it, it's all the stuff that we were talking about last year around. I just like that we're finally acting on it.
100%. Yeah, I think that's key. Is we signed up a lot of these people we shouldn't have signed up. Good thing we did though. Now we know. Now we really know. We've got the numbers. You guys know. You guys experienced it. Clearly, what we were offering them was not right. Shame on us. So we learned.
Even process and building out, like Chad and myself for the last couple months of being held accountable to that, but now reaching out to people that have proven processes like this is the next step, this is the next level, this is what's required out of you so we're not falling on our face. And we actually have a clear directive approach to it. We're like, okay, did this work? Did it not? Now we can adjust. So like the planned launch, pause. That's something we can take an approach with even a lot of these 6-week challengers, which sounds like that's probably what we're going to have to do with the Lockwood group. As much as we want it to just be run. It might be a, hey, let's go, let's adjust. Let's go again, let's adjust so that it's done right for them. Because as smart as all of those people are capable, they haven't done it.
Yeah.
You gotta
There's
gotta
a lot of
bridge that.
crossover.
I was gonna say, you gotta bridge that gap with and for them at the same time, where it makes sense to them to have that growth for themselves, but the business at the same time where it can all be manageable and retained versus just throwing it on them.
Yeah. Yeah, it's clear, it's proven, because Gym Launch has proven it, that this is the right way to go about doing it. And we've proved to ourselves that there's a wrong way of going about doing it, and there's a right way. Franchises, all day. Mom and pops, no way. But even some of these franchises, you know.
They need the foundation. They need the sod.
Yeah, I think it goes back to 80-20 rule, but how do we retain month over month 10% more, 10% more, 10% more? Because we're gonna have people fall off. It's just like challenge sales.
Yeah, 100%. Well, cool.
Chad, what do you think?
I love it. Absolutely love it. I think it gives us that offer we're missing. These mom and pop shops just freaking driving me nuts. I'm pulling out the little hair that I have left just to get these people going. You know? And I think the new process we have with it is it's been a game changer already with these people because I'm not letting people launch, and I get the coaches' feedback on this too because they're the ones in the trenches. Like, you're not ready, but having this first and then high ticket. This is going to be a low ticket when they get to the point of the marketing portion. And they're already all in, you know? So it makes it super simple and easy. We should have closures easily at 50-60%. Easy. That should just be drop a hat. And at that point, they're willing to spend too, so that we can add more money in marketing. It's just a huge win-win. Because I think before it's just like such a low ticket that they have to have a huge impact in 2 weeks. If they don't, their middle finger's up at us, and they're like, oh, we're losing a ton of money. It's like, that's a horrible, absolutely horrible spot.
Yeah. When we were launching for like the first 2 weeks, would you say that probably 30% were succeeding and 70% were struggling? Or do we know what that was kind of like? I'd be interested to see that because that's something that like they've been tracking a little bit of like that week, who's failing, who's passing. I've been keeping an eye on it. We're right around the 50% mark, but I'm like, how do you take that next step? And it's going to be that prep work ahead of time for a lot of those people. So the more we can get them off on a better foot, the better it's going to help with our current product too.
Yeah, it's gonna set them up for long-term success, not just the initial launch.
100%.
And then the fact of the matter is like, yeah, what we're showing them, us just training on the sales process is worth more than what we're charging right now.
Wait.
That's, you know, and that's like, that's everything. If they're not good on that, then.
I mean, spending 6 months with someone, I mean, what the fuck?
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
like, what the fuck?
That's not worth it. Like, that's just, it's not what we're charging right now. So this will, again, it's going to factor that in. I mean, it's basically going to be a very similar process to what we're doing right now, but we're giving them very quick wins when they come in, but then getting them trained up on the sales, like that's going to be still a very big component of this because that's the foundation of it. If they're not good on sales, they're not going to be able to sell referrals that come in. They're not going to, you know what I mean? Like it's all going to go haywire. But yeah,
Which is cool, yeah. So it's not going to be that much different, really. Only
No, it
different
won't.
things are on like selling it and a little bit of what we're showing them. But cool thing is the guy that we are working with was like, yeah, I mean, it's if you can keep it with what you're already doing, since you're providing the coaching and all that, pretty much keep it the same.
yeah, like we can keep the
Collect a
onboarding.
lot up front.
We might just have a different onboarding group call for these people that are done for you or done with you, so they're not in with people that will run their ads for it. But, I mean, they're going to get the same sales process training, and that might even be good for us, like for us to update that stuff, you know, in the future. You know, 'cause I know those are a little bit old, but updating that maybe could be good. Putting some trainings in there on objections. I'm going to be building out the reactivation, ad stuff, lead nurture, stuff like that. And then Brad, you're out, we're going to be talking about like the other stuff that we just talked about at the start of the call, but that might be good in the future for us to do. But yeah, and then one last thing before we jump off, are we all in for the conference here for that day?
I'm good.
Good.
I'll make it work.
Cool. Well, we'll make.
Especially if the extra attendee is gonna be there.
Oh, God, get out of here.
Where's that?
Don't
We'll
worry
keep
about
that
it.
one off, Pat.
Oh, the extra attendee. You mean the extra half attendee? I wouldn't say a full one.
Includes error.
Well, yeah, you guys would fly out of Madison, is that right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so I could see if my wife is willing to be my coordinator for all three of us. That's what we were kind of talking about.
Okay.
Just need to know kind of, well, timelines won't really matter because we'll all be getting there at the same time. But that way we're all out at the same time.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think it'll be a lot of fun and it'll be worth it. So, yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a good time. Get to actually meet some of these people, which I've had the pleasure of doing, and it's a lot of fun. And I'm sure you guys have been going to conferences in the past, but when you go out to have a dinner and you're drinking, it's a fun time. It's really cool. So, yeah, we're gonna get a good crew of people going. So, we'll get that book.
Love it. Anything else? Otherwise, I got to use the restroom, and then I'm meeting with Michaela, so I'll update you on the specific clubs I picked. Michael.
Okay, yeah,
And Candace,
132. Do that.
Candace just kind of said she can't afford the 99 and blah 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 blah. So
A lot of those owners are always equating in the admin costs. That's, I think, a big thing that we've identified recently is we've been hyper fixated on just that front end cost, which is why those quick wins are going to be big.
Yep.
Brad, you got the new onboarding call today, right? At
Yep.
one?
Yep.
Okay.
More role play.
Perfect.
Sweet. Have a good one, guys.
Yep, later.
Peace.
See you guys.
I'm not online selling. I was in a meeting and now in a meeting again. Ano si kagkatawa, uy?
Hindi mo sa mga pangitag o mga ka ng iring-iring sa on.
Bulak-bulak. Padaghan sa audience.
Bulak-bulak. Ate, ito po.
Ano ang gipa-apil pa tayo mo? Ang gitay.
Ay, audio Diyos. Swat.
Ano tayo gamit dito eh?
O gani,
Yan.
diba? Kung nag-ano.
Sila si Kuan kayo mo ato sa US. Si ano ni? Si akit sa ilang conference si Inday. Inday ano ba? Ano ni?
Si Inday Z?
Right? Right?
Aw.
Mapili ko rin. Sila
Ako sila ikuan ako sila ipang butang-butang ito ng bro ganang yes ka perfect na ana tong date pa kung sa ni ko. Social na nang mo kuno sila mag-profit.
Ako dahil napasabot sigurado ng meeting mga mag-zoom yapon ba na na-after ko talaga ng conference ba. Doon tayo hayo eh. Kapangutan na naman kami, Mike. Apin mo dito. Kaya nag-visa niya, tungtong niya USB, tabi lang ko.
Iskot.
Tawa ko ni Kuan. Si Shate, nakalaro tayo niya. Na-stress.
Klaro ko niya po.
Iyan na lang yung po yan.
Oh, yan na.
Ako pa niya
Donald Trump na.
Ako pa niya magkalo pa na lang na siya.
Donald Trump, yan ang
By the way, kay Bugan, nag-create ko views dili kay Bugan kaning mga na 0 to 09 kana nga mga views mo na kung default na kanang dapat di lang na siya i-touch
Asa to?
para
Tingsing yung reaction yung tingsing nila nga magyawan ako kay ate ko makinig bata ra mas mic kung pito yung patawa.
Lagi.
Parang na nag-chat nga na ba na mo.
ang
Message
isa ate sa
tayo.
mura mo ganang grade 1 lupik mo din lupik ang okay mo yung aging Sabat
Si Brad nagsigig katawa.
Wala klaro mo kay karang ang touchpad rin gamit ko sa map ko tagarana.
wala na yung boy nga makatarong-tarong ang kanang wala sinuwatan ani nga mo kang basang takbo tanawon sa kanang what
Pwede na mga mic pagpila ram tanay pero $200 kung siguro mga Apple Pen siguro.
Ano lagi, pagsuot niya sugod ba? Si Brad ni Duko ay katawa.
Aray na siya yung kagalingon siya nga my god my
This laptop ay gibasangin lang.
ang iya ko nung agi ko na kay batik ko na yeah, that's true murag inamaw ang kuha ng drawing kani kay buga na kaning 0 ako na nang gisunod para ini magkuan tapos tama mag-correct ko sa view ba mag-prepare ka ito sa meeting sa tapos ako na lang inana and then kanin sila dapat wala kung musod ka dali kay dapat wala tayo i-change sa filter para di ka di na mo ba itong views ba ano kung mag-create kung natay ka lang i-filter aray na ka sa kuan siguro all view
Sige.
para di ta malangay aning kuan kay mo ni isa sa kalangan kay
So mo na din ha ang para mag-extract ka og data for reporting o kanang para update.
kaning 0 to 900
Oh. Let's say mag-update ko sa
Only-
first 2 weeks, ara ko mosulod. Or dito gihapon.
Kung mag-update ka, meaning need mag-ano, di ba? Need ka ng filter o mga ano, o kanang nakay pang filter, like for example, kanang plus update date, so nakay mga ipang filter na okay, so mag-create na lang ko, guan lain nga view na for updating, and then kanin siya, kaya di lang tani kanang i-labdan para kung unsa gani ang mga changes na itong libuhot sa itong mag-update ka, mag-create kung sa man ang unsa nga view ang need ka sa updating ka na
Kanang first kanang 1 2 3 4. First 2 weeks nga
first
failed og
okay,
pass.
mag-create ko lain nga view na in-ana din at doon na lang ta mag-update para kung mag-change maganito sa filter lang so di na siya wag ko nga sa guro ng filter
Pwede ra.
isa
Pwede ra.
mag-him ko karon and then atong i-test ko sakto ba kung one theory nga di ba siya mag-change ko sa isa people change ba
Yes, because it's people chance. Kalimuot na ay tay sabi magkuan sa kubi.
and then mag-add kag isa ka view para ano
Gracious. Mag-CR sa kadali. Wait lang. Hey, Stitch! Hello, Stitch! Nagluto kong kuan. Ay, nag-init din. Nagluto na ba? Nag-init ko ka ng binignit.
Wow, I like that. Tanawa kay Bugan, ang akong example, ito pa sa akong screen,
Yes, kita ko sa screen.
diba? So, kanin siya, akong i-filter ni, kan mo ning first 2 weeks na failing, so, ako siyang i-modify ang view nila. For example, kanin mo ba siyang i-filter ang iyang last update, kaya usay, mag-filter data, ay, magandang ganyan na to, balik.
Ah. So, di siya mausab
Ako na siya
dito.
akong itry diri ang call count lang akong kwaon, so ako mausab, so natay pila na bilin diri dapat na ay 5, so nibalik ng mga to sa field dapat o wala na siya nausab
Ah, okay.
as is. So
Okay.
para kung di ta maano, di ta ano to talaga
Dili mo sige kawalaan
Ma-
og kuan. Oh, dili mo sige kawalaan og
Wala naman sa lang tao. Nakasa naman ni kay murag natay na filter na nalimutan na to ganing i-filter. Yung filter niya nabuba na ang yang kuan, yang view. Wala na lang. So mag-create ko isa para sa isa sa kung after 2 weeks.
pag unsa ni? After 2 weeks nga
Ang first 2 weeks na failing of first 2 weeks na pasa.
oh. Ay sa kay nagbuto-buto na po ang kuan. It's not yet done pa di ay. It's not yet done. And boy, I guess it's So, kung magkuan ko, mag-filter ko para sa kanang reach out, dito ko sa all view.
O katong all view nga walay do not modify.
Sige. Sa all view nga. All view nga, all view nga.
Ako nang i-change ang name all update niya, all review. Update ang akong mga ipangutang sa kuan.
Ah,
Na ko'y na-create nga tulo ka update na build. So, kanang update, all view update, first 2 weeks failing, update first 2 weeks passing, and then itong after 2 weeks.
Hindi ka gero, gabi yung lakaw.
minaw ra ko oy.
Yung walk-outan yung ligabil, sampang isa yung gabi.
Hoy, naminaw ra ko.
Yung walk-outan sa kaparyara na yung mga bangko. Ngayon,
Nakadonggo naman siya. Kasi plano niyo sa sa mga ganap niyo sa
ganap sa weekend. Walay ganap, kaya walay korta.
mawala gyud ya.
Anya,
Yung plano ano niya.
walay team building.
Aw, siyempre, nanugutang kalmar kayo na customer niya dito. Yung building na pag
Kaluslus.
liman ka nga, 5 to 7 p.m. today ba? Na ay school meeting para sa mga naklaki. Para istorya sa parang PTA, PTC nga na, mag-nga na.
Mm.
Gamit ang parents sa mga anak nga dating ba sa Sangalos.
Kaya mag-election.
Mag-something ka, mag-nga na to. Anyway, 5 to 7 p.m. na ako nga. Dito ka kaagto na kay ito, itong nga trabaho. Ang lahat ng balay, lahat man pakas mga bata, nga po, kay ko, matulog ko. Kaya nga, sige lang, ako rin ako lang ito. 5 to 7 p.m. Sige, ako mo niya, kuha na ko ito. Ihatod, 5 to 7 p.m. ang meeting. 7 p.m. pa din. Voltex, way tawang,
Nalahos ang team building.
lahos ng building. At may panang way sa labi.
Nag-away mo, Josh?
Kaya mag-wonder biya ka kay oy 5 PM na biya ko na. Ang aming under 7 hindi mo. Yeah, usad ko mo. Kumalay ka na.
Nag-unsa mo? Cold War mo?
Working nga na anak, gano'n.
Nag-cover mo ba kayo ba? Ang share ako sa
Pero, pangayon ako kay Murag. Ang batang gid. Ang Murag ko ko'y pakialam na. Nag-abot nga na.
Cold War dyan siya. Like, wala lang. Wala tay hilabtanay.
Problema na, way. Labtan na eh. Nag-motion ko, gasto ko kwarta. Labtan man ko. Ano nga naman?
Ayaw na lang pagsaba. Nga magasto ka. Diretso na lang. Kainit mo na tayo.
Yeah.
Nya mga bata, di ra mangita.
Mangita, ito rin.
Marami.
Parang gani, mangita, luwag yung taon. Ganun, buwan lang panahapon, panahapon. Tingnan pa siya mong kapal ng mga bata. Kung manakog ka ng grab na nga ito sa Carlo, lakas mo po sa mga bata. Luwag mo, itong guto man, buwan nga na po, parang early din na, ano. Nga tulog ko sila nga. Karoon mo na, nang lakaw ka, ganito na ako ang anak laki, nabangon, nangita na po, ano ba.
Magmata-mata siya.
Nagkamata ko, may tapat. Anad mo lang, may tapat.
Eh nga naman po si Zav, makabantay siya ba? Na, wala na siya kauban. Hilak.
Oo.
Luway po. Pero so kada tong nagsige tag story about ana, wala pa jud ka nakasuway og pangutana niya or unsa?
Wala, sige lang ka ng panang tikhan storya. Ngayon wala, respetar sa mana ko na nga palihog, respetar sa oras sa ibang tao. Nagli ka ng tao, nagpalibot sa ibang kalibutan.
Nga ko kay may
Pagalitan ka ng
pareham oras.
hindi ka nga para magpapos sa phone. Kuha ko nila, sa mga nakabike niya. Alas 4:15 nagla-out. Ako nga to, alas 4, may tutuka ko, ano, ututog.
Mo jud.
Alas 4:15 na. Kapag magawas, yun lang ako naging audit ko. Kapag yung gawas, ano ko? Karena ako ba nga, saan may gibigayan mo as competency is alas competency. Out naman ka. Para man kay labo ito, meeting pa mga Australia, kaya huwag na bayad yan. Gawas na. Nagilinggo din nga sa yung gipay, tungkol kaya ang tagiya na adi sabi lagi. May tagibayaran na, wala mo tagibayaran. Ang stay pa mga diyan, more than 4-16 pa. Unless na kanang gipabaw ka the week before. Kana impuntong na meeting yan. Ang meeting, kita ko ba, nanay ko ba mga maestro ng gawas ng meeting. Gusto ko na meeting nga, gusto ng gawas ng ibon nga po, ganun so, ito nakagets ko.
Kaila ka tanan sa iyong friends.
Bilisan.
Bago pa na siya din ha.
Talaga.
Nag-teach.
Hindi nga na, sige, mga quad sa inyo sa buwan, andang sa dito mo. Wala yung akot mo. Okay ka. Nawadak ka na.
Klaro hasa.
Kadungog yung tingkang kulpo. Okay din. Wah.
Ha?
Translate lang dito.
Naila. It's a prank.
Sa prank. Lang din eh.
Nya ready na na imuhang launching inig ka Sunday.
Ready lang, nagkaroon, mabuta mag-chill na kumain karoon, kaya takapuya, always, sila overtime, kaya nagkaroon ba kaya ng ready na may plan, triple check pa kita o, napatong kolong, na kilautan pa na ko. Okay, diba ko nga, okay na mag-initanan dito. Ang ipa, double, triple check pa dito, sa pagdiha ka. Kumpiyado din na kung gibuhat, trabaho.
Ana, kay basig na po yung mamiss inig ka Monday. Hi girl, Amy R. Hello, let's eat. Hi Stitch. Diba sig mas kwangort na sad si kuan na si Chad ana inig ka launch na. Kay bugan ni kaon na ka.
Wala pa actually mo kung ano kay bugag. Ako rin yung gituwas ang view.
Hindi mo kaon nun. Corn beef.
Kita mo, manungkot pa ko ako. Kung sa'yo ano ba, makita dito.
Kung sabi manawag sa ako be. Na mo tiwas akong kaon. Nan ako sa update all view. Okay. Mag-filter ko diri o failing mo ni siya dapat.
Not in Alan, membership. Alan, membership not in Alan. Fail in his turning off campaign. Challenge Alan, not in Alan. Membership not in Alan. So, pinagin mo siya.
Animal.
88. How come?
How is that?
How is that?
Kay bugan nga mo.
So,
Mawala man niya akong nag-filter sad ka.
Asa ka nag-filter sa?
Update all view.
Wala ko dira, isuod na ako diri sa nag-create ba ako para sa kanong
Inig filter na ko ba? Inig check na ko sa kung mga ipang kuan kay mawag ta. Balik na sad.
wala ko sulod dira.
Balik ko kay nagkuha ko sa less than 30%. Nga inig ka check na ko kay taon mo wala na ako mga pagpili asa na nawag ta balik na sad.
Greater than or equal to 30% like that.
Nga nawala sad. Unya lang ko.
O tataon na lang kay balik mao ni akong gitrabaho dali mao ni yung phone.
Sige go.
So dapat online challenge at wish to allocate invoice membership turning on campaign at cost campaign at cancel membership
Para maluhi mo bang mali taon ni.
ko
Wa siya ko Josh, wa siya kanang assistant nga makatabang niya sa iyahang mga kinahanglanon.
Manay nakadaot si Wally, 71 years old na owner. Hire siya na to, parang lead gen kay para makakorta siya. Makakorta siya kay tungod siya nung asa. Kaya na yung asawa, yung mga anak, magbiyahay na ang anak. Siya nalaga po ang kagalingon nilang ba? Nga, katong pag Tuesday o pag Wednesday, atong hospital, kinag-epidural something, spinal epidural something, kaya something problema to.
Napa-opera siya?
Pagpa-inject siya, pagkatungod, kaya sakit na yung hip dito.
Okay. Kasi nakuan siya kanang slip disc ba?
Kaya karoon na ang malagi, kaya karoon ang iskutitsahan na, dito mo launch ni Wally, karoon Sunday, bigla na ko Wally. Replyan ni Wally, ba? Yan eh, kaya ata ilong yan, padagano na yun, huwag ka na bitong malihog lang, padagano na pambit, ito ang lano na kaya pahalay na pa ng mga tawahan, nakari alam ito ng dito, ang lano ko pagpas, nalang. Maging nalang mo rin siya.
Wala siya padaganon na.
Kaya siya ready, kaya di siya kahapon, kaya tungod siya, sketch siya, o ng mga members ng masud, ang atumanon, kaya tungod kaya, as much as possible, yung mga tagid dito, mga gana ba?
Siya ra gyud ang isa diha.
Share ang isa ba?
One man show jud siya.
Na si babae nga trainer niya, pero may kuan na kanang tulog college na ba?
Halo ipod. Ignas Wally bi mag part-time na lang.
Bulagin.
Wally. Dong. Ay, Noy. Mag part-time. Noy. Ako na litig join sa imong meeting, Noy.
Ano Wally?
Bugan, mag-unsa kay ni ka weekend?
Wala ra ako. Usual na usual na kinabuhi na ako sa live.
Kinabuhi sa live. Live sa kinabuhi.
Nagkalupad ako ng drone kay silang na ko. Wala na ito may yun ato mulupad ang ito.
Aha, ka magpalupad.
Ito na sila ako.
Panglaag pud mo eh.
Yeah.
Tala ko doon ang kamay movie karon nga nindot na show.
Naa sa Netflix. Netflix na lang.
Atay na. Pwede na sad lang ko lang ko projector. Ano ko na ko gamay nga ano na ko'y projector pwede ra min mag namin cinema na. Sige, nahumpan na ako kay bugan ka ng mga updates mo na siya. Pwede na mo sudlan imong mo na pwede mo sudlan na pwede na tong filter.
Sige.
Pero kaning mga numbers kaning from 0 to 0 patong sa kaning Basta ka na yung mga number dira kaya mo na ang di na to shoot niya itong lapdan para di mapagkong kung dito masigaw tangan og di. Sige, makuha siya kung pagkaon na nagkuya ko siya, may baan mo ba?
Binignit. Nagpuwasa.
Sa'yo din, kalag-kalag mo.
Kasi kalag-kalag.
Kalag-kalag yan eh.
Magtalag.
Di ba
Mal-
ako lang ako lang ito kalag-kalag?
Mahal adlaw, magod na, uy.
Ang ikot-ikot lang. Kahit di among bagong sa takpan, nakita lang ako sa imong post. Andun sa...
Oh, dire lagi sa ilawom sa hagdan. Ako sa ilawom sa hagdan.
Pero mo siya. Mas kanan ko dito imong gusto ng imong kay sa kasi ang previous sa post ko.
Mao ba? Makuan lang ko kay kanang basig na kanang mga bata ba manulod sa balay, may lagdan yung laptop.
Well, ang dapat dinigid na.
Dapat igid pasudlon.
Pangilagan ng kuan signage ko. Nagbinadalay ang pagpangehe.
Kasagig na dili ang maong ka ng lumihi.
Pagpangehe din ba kaya sa akin.
Kagayatay. Ano ginawa ko?
Panel.
Nagkatawa jud ko sa kuan eh. Katawa ko ni Hari ug ni Zab nag-review ba sa kay last na lang lagi last day sa exam ganina. Kuan kanang reading ug kanang spelling.
Oo.
Nya, di pagod na kanang kuan jud i-guide ra gud sa maestra ang kanang sa spelling gud kanang diktaran ra ba unsa nga letter ana. So na si Zab ligo siya. Siya igahuman pa kay mag-study ko pa kanang iyaha ko ng mga favorite. O sige, mag-study tayo kahuman. Abot na sila favorite color. Sige, sulat dira favorite color. Unsa ang favorite color nimo Zab? Green. Unsa ang spelling ana pa? Sige, suwat. G. Na. G kanang gahi. O kanang gahi. R. E. E kanang gahi. Gahi lagi. E. Katapusan kanya naman si Hari. In. Ano siya. Naday in nga gahi. ang ako nga gidukan. Nagsigid siya kong katawa na may naday in nga gahi. Okay. Nasunod pa sa in. Nya ka na sang kana bang gi-memorize rang picture. Nya. Naay picture niya, naay name sa ubos. Rainbow. Basa sa siya, rainbow. Pag abot na sa unahan kay tinidor man, fork. Ana din siya. Kaniyon sa man siya, tinidor. Ana si Ari, English man eh. Siya, English. Siya, unsa may kanang pari sa spoon. Spoon? Na nag-start sa letter F. Unsa puy ko sa bata na yan. Fork. And siya, I, 4, di ay upat ka buka na anak kay 4.
Okay, kaya.
Ano ko, ambot. Mao ko nang upat ang anana sa tinidor kay 4 di. Brightest kabuang. Ambot na lang.
Make sense.
Hindi ka na maliwat na yung ano, no?
Ambot ka.
Ano, masagsi pa masangin. At kapag yung mamahid, buling maging hari. Bata na naman ang kamatukuran yun.
Balingaw kaniya magkuan.
Egon.
In. Naday gahi nga in. Nag-spelling sila niya. Nagahi man ang N. In. Ha? Naday gahi nga in.
Tagalin ang anak na address na kami. Orange. Or, yan ang pagod sa ako. Lagay. Orange.
Well,
Are you hearing me?
Are you here? Hello? Hello? Are you here? Are you hear me?
Kanang imong anak ba, grabe kay tudlo nimo sa kuan balay galing sa nga kapunan siya. Orange.
Oh.
Orange ako sa kuan.
Orange. Violet.
Orange day as teacher nga ko.
Anang,
Guys,
unsa man na?
sabor.
Ibahog sa kuan, ibahog sa rice.
Kuan, namay ka kanang kuan ganit kanang talong na giprito. Gigisa. Prito ba na isa?
Gay ka ng torta?
Dili ra kanang
Ay ka nag-slice para sa mua? Nami ka na iyan na sa kanon, ni kumot-kumot ba?
Kadto man when was the last time na nakaon mo nga panginasal?
Mang inasal?
Pwede mo makaw mga inasal kay mga alta sa syudad.
Pagsurdo eh. Katong gay nagbura mi, kay duhang gay mi kaadlaw nga nagmang inasal.
Kaya nga si Diyos kay di na ganan ko ang inasal.
Ako? Mang inasan ko ang ba ako inasan?
Kaya pagka-rice mong mahal. Kung mag-unli-rice ka.
Dili kong unli-rice. Kanang mag-rice ako karon, dili sumay kong duha gani.
Ha?
Ay,
Ako kay duha ko.
Kilaw ko nung pagsudan. Mas kilaw ko nung pagsudan na yun. Rice karon.
ayun na.
Kung ginawa na kung kuwan sa rice.
Duha akong rice mahurot sa mga inasal.
Or maybe kung siguro, depende sa sudan.
Oh.
Depende sa sudan. Kaya kung rice. Naka.
Depende jud sa sudan kay diri pud sa amo ang mga bata. Di nimo matag-an kung kuan gutom or unsa ba.
Lamig ba kang luto siya mo ng sus, malambo ka da kung hindi ka mag-control ng tao.
Mo gani, mo bitaw nang ning dako ko. Pero na-maintain raman ako ron, nag 56 na lang ko. Ito niabot jud kog 60 plus, 63. Sus, Ginoo. Ning kamot na lang tag zumba kay ikaw mag-zumba ka unpod.
Bawi.
Lagi? Hab-hab po di ka human.
Mag-gym ka na niya. Kung mag-gym kayo, mag-inasal.
Okay ka.
Uy, pinta.
Great idea.
Magpagutong ragay marami para masulit ang ano.
Ang elevated kay Bugan, bakaron rami na hagbong no kay ay dili natawagan naman din ako siya pagka 19 nahagbong na niya hagbong ni siya dahil dayon ni pasar na dahil nahagbong na sa Ari ko sa kuan kaning mga wala pa yung show.
Wala na balikan.
Hindi na itong balik-balikan kuan. Hey now! Hey now! Lugar lang.
Titik kanta na ligid.
Ha? Ambot?
Titik kanta.
Hey now lang. Napaw. Unsa daw?
Ayaw ko bagan, pangutan na kayo na, mapahama ka.
Unsa daw? Unsa ko kay baw?
Faktura kita ko ako ba? Ikaw kayo pagsun na po ang bin.
Ano sa man?
Eh, mo, mag-disconnect ka pa.
Zoom?
Ha? Kasi ito ba? 7 ni kabagtapat. Pang-bill talaga mag-tawal.
Pila ka po ka mo loss, Diyos?
Ah, Tarzan na, di ako madagani de.
Ah, kabayo.
8.
Ano?
8 na.
Gamay rin eh.
Lumero may i-update ana.
Okay, but
Di ba? Giputlan. Giputlan kag kurente. Ako kay bugad ako kaya kung bugas. Ha?
ano po sa?
Kuan man siya, wala man siya kuan kay man ni bukol ra ba?
Or kulot ka pa?
Sakit kay mura siya nagubog.
Balik-balik akin.
Leaving drunken misery.
Happy day, Diyos.
I should go. Ha?
Happy payday.
Happy payday!
Ang siya nga, happy day o kay payday.
Happy payday!
Ingon ni Isabel, sa kuwan ka maka-print sa Tuesday ka.
Okay, ako ba mag-payroll? Asan ba kung pugong eh? Nadala din.
Pwede pa Monday na ngayon.
Di pa man na siya mo duty Monday morning kay Sunday kung mas gabi eh. So Tuesday na jud na.
May pagka kayo, huwag kayo problema sa kuwan. Pundo kayo.
Pag-sure eh. Pag sure na may problema sa pundo. Nga, magbayad pa to sa itong credit card ani.
Will she ever find a way back?
Kaya kanda na Diyos.
Ha?
Siya, baguhay lang.
Orange and lemons?
Kaya na i-text na fluid mo. Mo na yung mag-text.
Fluid? I would remember day. Reply ra good mark.
Nung nakulit ka na.
Ay, nasendan din ako. Yung number ako nasendan din. Pero okay na. Dahil na, stop lang na sir.
Ay na lang, here na me.
Gemini na nakasuwat.
Ay na nga, here na me. Where na you?
Mukha ba siya slow?
Kay nag-hear.
Good luck lang yun nila.
Na-hear man. So, ang total show is 0 dapat. Okay. And then, ang client kay walay bandon. Okay.
Nata isang akuan na book si Ken Dix. Reply siya na ako.
Ha?
Unsa man nga gym? Ay, unsay location?
I think nakaila ka aning Ken Dix. Tanaw sa kuan. Atong kuan. Siya may nakabutang dito sa ano?
Kendix.
Ang email, Ken.Dix.
Ay, oo, katumo nang ako. Itong nadugay ko verify sa email.
So, ako siya natawagan niya. Na-join siya sa hapon as 4. Yan, message siya na po mga 4:27 na. Di man ko kasi yun.
Kaluoy.
Lagi yan, ni-message siya nga kanang di ko na siya pasudlon niya. Kaya anak ko nga kanang researcharan na lang natin kung what time did it happen day. Kay gisadak maguna siya na basta 10 to 15 minutes from the start of the session kay dili na sila mo allow attendance. Kung are you able to join like today at 4? Yes. In other words, later you ka.
You can, ay na,
Tama
familiar.
tayo, paano ka? Ito na yung kwento dito.
Wala pa ko naka-open ang kuan. Ako na magud hindi pang filter sa